better, longer, tougher, more efficient. All of those things with less people, less pay, less benefits. And what do we say to that? No! And what are we going to do about that? We have to continue that.
Yes.
And what we're doing at the national level, the AFL-CIO has started off a campaign to create good jobs with benefits all across this country. Not jobs that pit worker against worker, that makes workers afraid to even go up against the boss. What is so fantastic about tonight is that you are standing here in the rain. And there's many of you who grew up with me in this labor movement, and we've got the next generation here with us too. So whoever says that labor is dead, they're wrong.
See it.
Whoever says that we're insignificant, they're wrong. Whoever thinks that they can tie us up and drag us in the bathtub and drown us, they're wrong, because we're not drowning tonight. So sisters and brothers, continue doing what you do. Do it at the work site. Do it at your neighborhoods. Do it in your churches. Do it at your communities. Do it at the schools where your teachers are. But you spread the word that labor is here, that labor is drawing the line for protection of all jobs and workers in America and in Maryland, and that we will not have things taken away from us anymore. We are fighting. When I look back and I see a sign that says, we'll work for furlough days, no raises, salary reductions, and we want to not extend the millionaire's tax, a millionaire's tax that would cover every furlough day of state workers in just a year. There's something wrong. You're going to make it right. Together we're going to win, and we have a lot of work to do, but let's enjoy doing it and standing up for the people. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, F-Man! The green machine in the house! All right, first I need to do one thing, and it's very serious here, very serious. I need your attention for a second, please. Ask me! 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 Thank you. All right, ask me. All right. Calm down, Green. Calm down. But in all seriousness, I need your attention for 1 second here. I'm going to ask you for a moment of silence, because on February 18th, at the Cheltenham Youth Facility, we lost a sister. Her name was Hannah Wheeling. She was an AFT member, actually, and she was about to retire in June, and she was murdered on the job. Okay, so I want to ask you for a quick moment of silence, please. Thank you. Brothers and sisters, AFSCME is here to say and voice our concerns about priorities. The priorities for working families here in the state of Maryland. The people who are the vast majority of the voters of the 5.7 million residents of Maryland. The vast majority, the vast overwhelming majority of the voters in the state of Maryland. How many of you, I got a question for you, how many of you make $1 million a year? That's right. One more time. How many make $1 million? That's right. A little louder. That's right. And you, as a result of that, represent the vast majority of the voters in the state of Maryland. But some of the people in these buildings around here, take a look at them, think that those people making over $1 million a year need special treatment, that they need a tax cut. Is that right? No! Is that fair? No! Is that just? No! Are we going to stand for it? No! That's right. Even worse. Some of these people in some of these buildings around here believe that corporations don't need to pay any taxes at all. No. So my question is, how can the wealthiest and how the corporations get tax breaks when services are being cut?
No.
When wages are being cut? And when furloughs are being taken out on people? How can we expect that?
We need to cut down.
Some people in the buildings around here are talking about cutting even more jobs.
No.
They're talking about cutting 1,000 jobs in the colleges and the universities.
No.
They're talking about cutting 800 more jobs in the state where we've already seen 3,500 position cuts.
No.
We're talking about people on the front line doing hard work every single day, supplying vital services to the people of Maryland, and they're talking about cuts. No more. We're talking about families and communities losing their economic anchor in their families. During these tough economic times, there have been no shared sacrifices by the millionaires and the corporations who are going to pay lower tax rates. They're going to pay a lower tax rate than you unless we change the millionaire's tax. Those are the wrong priorities for the people of Maryland. Those are the wrong priorities for working families. This is about priorities. This is making sure that the resources are available to all working families in these tough times, so every citizen gets a fair shot and has a chance for a decent wage and health insurance for all the members of their families.
Good evening, brothers and sisters. And in the front of our office, the Building Trades office, we have a big banner that says, "An injury to one is an injury to all."
That's right.
And while AFSCME is here and they have their issues, CWA is here and has their issues, the teachers have their issues, the building trades have their issues, the longshoremen, the maritime workers, everybody has their issues that we want fair treatment to our workers out here. You're standing out in the rain not because you don't have something better to do this afternoon. You're standing out here because you mean business. I heard Ernie when I first came up saying September is coming and November is coming. And we ain't gonna give them lip service. I said that last year. It's not lip service. You injure one of us, you'll pay through all of us. From the top down. You know what I'm saying? Ernie spoke of the LNG. We've had problems with this over 3 years when a Fortune 500 company wants to come into Maryland and invest billions of dollars in workers, over 5,000 jobs at a steel mill that's dying in a community that needs jobs, that needs economic development. And we got elected officials playing politics with it. The only thing that I'm beginning to understand is some politicians that all they're working on after they get elected is their next election. They give you the lip service when they want your vote, and after they get your vote, they're giving you lip service again. But we're a whole lot smarter than that. And when time comes in November, we're going to let them know it. We're not going to give up the fight. We need everybody. We're going to have some petitions going around here. We need you to sign them. Send them to the governor. Let him know that you want jobs for working families. Let me tell you something. When a construction worker is laid off, or any one of you are laid off, that's not just one worker. That's a family. That's a car note. That's a mortgage. That's a tuition. That's groceries. That's an electric bill. So it's not just one worker. If it's 500 jobs and they think it's minimal, well, we'll put our 500 jobs up against your one and see how you like that. Thank you, brothers and sisters.